Hello and welcome to this video series that we've been doing to preview Index San Francisco, which is February 20th to the 22nd in San Francisco at Moscone West. I'm here today with John Lynn. He's the Cloud Platform Manager for eero. So John, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent. So could you tell me a little bit about what it is you do at eero and what eero is all about?
Yeah, so kind of eero's mission as a company is to really solve bad Wi-Fi in the home. Early on, our founders recognized that the single router model just didn't work. If you think about it, like if you want to have music playing in your home, you don't have one speaker and just turn it up really loud. You have a distributed system. So what we've built is a mesh network system where you distribute your Wi-Fi access points throughout the home to give you, better, more reliable, faster throughput than your traditional single router model. So at eero, I am the manager of the cloud platform team. And so my team is responsible for all of the backend APIs and services that enable those eeros to do their magic.
Excellent. So what are some of the biggest priorities that you're seeing for your developers in 2018? What's on their minds?
Yeah, oftentimes, like when we're shipping new code into production, the biggest thing I ask my developers is, okay, how do you know that what you just built is going to do what you expect it to do? This whole thread around observability, monitoring, metrics, alerting, having the tools to really understand how your system is behaving at any given point in time. And that becomes more difficult and complicated as your system grows because you're dealing with more and more data, and it becomes more complex as you build out your service-oriented architecture. So a single, request or interaction can span many different services, generating many different log lines. So tracking down the performance or behavior of a single request is an interesting problem, but also then looking at things in the aggregate to understand what types of experiences customers are having. It's every time we push code out, we have to be hyper aware of that.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Now, in some of the work I was doing to read up on eero, you guys play really heavily in the home automation space, and enabling people to build connected homes, which is something that's near and dear to my heart. So I want to know what opportunities that you're seeing for developers who are playing in the IoT space moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, the IoT space, it's really interesting. It's kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff here at eero. When you work with normal web services, whatever normal means, you're often dealing with a user. And while users can be somewhat unpredictable, they have patterns, and they're not always using their applications or devices. In the IoT space, the devices are always on, they're always connected, and it's kind of dealing with a different level, a different scale of traffic and service. So, some of the biggest challenges are like, how do you manage that? How do you manage a 24/7 fleet of devices, and how do you do it in a scalable and performant way? The other thing with IoT is that these devices don't pay you a monthly subscription, and they don't click on ads. So, how you monetize hardware in IoT is also a challenge.
Right, absolutely. And tell me a little bit about the session that you'll have at Index. So the title of your session, How to DDoS Yourself, Lessons in Scaling the eero Cloud.
Yeah, so we've gone through a lot of growth here from the early days, and we've learned a lot of lessons in how we designed and architected our system to kind of handle that high level load. So my talk is going to focus on some very interesting things that we've observed in managing a kind of a fleet of IoT devices, how we've failed, and how we've adapted our system to be more robust to those types of things in the future.
Right. You mentioned failure, and failure, as we all know, is such a huge part of the development process. So can you talk a little bit really quickly about the role that failure has played in your own process?
Yeah, I mean, so failure is a prime opportunity to learn, because it's only when you fail do you get deeper insights. Maybe not the only time, but it is a driver to obtaining those deeper insights into the technologies you're using. If you're not pushing things to the limits, it's really hard to kind of dig deep and see where those bottlenecks are. So failure for us has taught us a lot about really efficient, effective ways to manage traffic and memory and CPU across data centers. So it's always driving us forward to learn more about what we're using.
Excellent. Those are some great lessons. So, well, I'm really looking forward to your session, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. For those watching, be sure to join us in San Francisco, February 20th to the 22nd for Index. Follow the links in this video or visit developer.ibm.com/indexconf. That's index, CONF, for more information. John, thanks again.
Thank you, Kevin. Look forward to seeing you in the next.
Likewise.